We're now happy to be joined on the call by the head coach of the William and Mary Tribe, Mike London. Good morning, Mike.
Morning, Rob. How you doing?
I'm well. Certainly a tough second half for your team on Saturday and come up a little short 34-24 to Towson. Just give me your impressions on the game and what happened in the second half.
Yeah, I thought we played a really good first half of football in terms of being able to score touchdowns and things like that. And then the second half, particularly the third quarter, just kind of just unique that they had the ball for over 13 minutes. We only had it for about a minute 20 seconds, and when you're a team that runs the ball, ground control, and you don't have the ball, they did a good job of converting their first downs and their third down situations, and we didn't do a good enough job. So, and then when you look back at it, losing the football in the red zone, and one was a fumble on offense, and then losing on a kickoff return when you lose the ball, fumble on offense. Then you have opportunities. Those are two red zone scores that they get. We've been pretty good defensively. We're good enough, those particular situations. But you can't give the ball up there in those areas of the field. You'd like to hold like we've been able to do, but they did a good job. Pete did a good job getting his team ready, and and they won the game. So you got to learn from it. You got to know that the critical moments they're always about how you execute, and so that's kind of where we are. Still in control of your own destiny to have a successful season, which is always the goal. And knowing that when you're playing in the CAA now, you're playing really good teams. You're playing teams that get better, have really good players, and are highly competitive. And so, hats off to them. And now, we got to get ready. Look forward to another good CAA team, and that's Monmouth.
First question this morning from Marty O'Brien. Good morning, Marty.
Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Coach.
Morning, Marty.
You talked about controlling your own destiny. Do you almost use the fact that, you have to win every game now to make the playoffs, probably? Do you almost talk about the playoffs starting this week as a motivator of any kind for your team?
What we talk about, Marty, is, and I know everybody has mentioned this, guys that are still, having opportunities to reach, for opportunities to continue to play, is literally, this is our playoff. I mean, it's a one-game playoff. I mean, you have to win this game in order to keep going on. And so the most important game for us is this game. It's a game. It's a home game. It's family weekend. It's all those different things. But the most important thing is to correct the correctables, which we're very capable of doing, and then playing a high level of competitive football, which we're very capable of doing, and look at it that way. So you look at it as getting better as a football team with some of the guys that we have, some of the older guys that we have, correcting those things that caused us issues, and then you play like this is an opportunity to keep whatever aspirations you have, postseason, keep it alive. And so that's part of the competitiveness of this team of competition. Monmouth has a really, really good football team. And so this is why you're in it. This is the second half, the latter part of the season, and things happen, and, for some teams, and we just want to make sure that we're part of that mix when it's all said and done.
And I wanted to ask, the drive that Towson had to start the second half, 22 plays, more than 11 and a half minutes. I don't think I've ever seen either in a college football game I've covered. Does that take more out of the defense? Because as good as your defense has been, they weren't quite as good after that drive as they've been all year.
No, it was over 13 minutes, Marty, to be exact. And I think we had the ball like right? 20 something seconds. Yeah. So I've been doing this for a long time too, and that was a rarity. Obviously, there's you wear the defense down. A penalty here or there, extends a drive. They fought for the hard yardage, and it was just one of those things that they executed. As I said, when you look back at it, and guys his hat's supposed to be in a certain gap, and he feels impelled to try to make a play, and then they do a good job of the running back did a great job of jump cutting, capturing the edge. And so, the back and forth of it is they bled the clock and they held on to the ball and did a good job controlling it. So we needed to get off the field in some circumstances and didn't. But that's part of it. When you don't have the ball, you can't score. And they had the ball there for a long period of time, and they executed, and we didn't.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Mike, offensively, I know the passing numbers probably still not quite where you'd like them to be, but Hollis Mathis seemed to see more time at the wide receiver position, and 5 catches, 66 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Just talk about him maybe moving out there a little more, and how you think he looked out there.
Yeah, Holly's been it's been a long road back for him, and he's been a guy that's a very talented player. Can play multiple positions, and it was good to see him, catch the ball, not just back there running the ball, and so we continue to keep finding ways to get him the football. He's an explosive player, and to be on the field and have opportunity to extend plays, and to perhaps either throw it, catch it, kick it, run it, whatever it might be. That's the goal. So that's where we are now. As a team, is to try to continue to keep finding ways to put the ball in hands of guys that can do some things for us. And so we continue to keep looking at who's back there and who we can put the ball in their hand. And he's definitely one of them. There's a couple other guys that hopefully we'll get back as well. But, like everybody's going through their season of guys being out, injured. And it's a battle of attrition going down the stretch here.
When you have the long drives and the turnovers, as you mentioned in the second half, how much does that cause there in the fourth quarter, even though it's a 3-point game midway through the fourth quarter? Does it cause the offense to press a little bit when you haven't been out on the field in a while?
I imagine so. I mean, it causes everybody raises their sense of heightened alertness about the need to score, the need to complete or get those third down situations, the need to make those blocks. And not, if you get a first down run or a third down run converted to a first down, all of a sudden there's a penalty. Those are the kind of things that that can derail your opportunities to come back, even though the game was close even at that point. So again, there's good football teams here. We got to do a better job. I have to do a better job of our players understanding that every opponent that comes in here that you play, you never know those plays. I talk about the turnovers in the red zone, the long extended third quarter drive. Those things take a cumulative effect on you, and we just, like I said, eliminate those turnovers and make those stops, and we're perhaps talking a different opportunity. But they did a good job. Pete did a good job of getting them ready, and they executed, and we didn't. And so we look at it now. We get ready for Monmouth and get ready to move on.
Well, before I let you go, talk about Monmouth a little bit. You've touched on what a good football team they are, especially on the offensive side of the ball, with Jaden Shurton at running back and one of the leading receivers in the league, and Dymere Miller. What impresses you about all the weapons that they have offensively?
Yeah, they are two dynamic players for sure. And you look at the CAA stats that are put out, their offense is is either up there, one of the highest ranked offenses, in terms of putting points on the board. So that's of an issue right now. So, but that's part of where everybody's at now. You look at who we've played, who they played, the wins, the losses, the turnarounds and the close plays. I mean, that's where you're at. So we look forward to a very competitive Monmouth team coming down here on this Saturday. Game at 1:00. I love seeing those 1:00 games. So. But again, respect Monmouth as a football team and as a program and what coach has done for them. And we got to take care of ourselves, and if we're going to have any opportunities ourselves after the season. So look forward to the competition.
All right, Mike. Thanks as always for your time here this morning, and I look forward to talking again next week.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.